It's kind of motivating that when someone does say something and you're kind of like destroying them in the game, it's kind of funny, right?
So, Cinnamon, Roxy, firstly, welcome to the Guild team. I'm very excited to have this conversation today. One of the reasons is because I obviously have 3 sons that are all into gaming, and I have a daughter that's actually not into gaming yet, but I feel that it's coming very soon. So I'd love to hear, about you guys and, where you're from and also how you got into competitive gaming.
When I was about 12 years old, I started being introduced to games, and what really drew me in with this was the social aspect. So talking to people, meeting people online who share a passion with you. I'm a very competitive person, and that's kind of what drove me in gaming, is that I always wanted to be better. I didn't want to just play for fun. I wanted to play to be the best. Here I am competing in games, and I absolutely love it.
Amazing.
My story basically kind of started when I saw my dad play video games back then, and he was also playing competitive in one of the best teams in our city. I always watched him play, and I was so amazed. He was my biggest idol, and I was wow, I kind of want to do this as well when I grow up. And then he kind of started teaching me and showing me the game, and then from then on I just decided, I kind of want to do this too. I want to impress my dad. I want to make him proud in that kind of way. So I just went for it, and luckily it worked out, and now I'm playing Valorant professionally with Cinnamon.
Amazing. How did your team form? Talk me through that.
Going into the whole tournament aspect, the scene was very fresh, and we just didn't know what to expect. I think ultimately, after playing a few tournaments, we found the players that we like to play with, and it's the perfect team. We are all from around the world. We have different cultures. We have Russia, Germany, UK, American, Turkey, and it's just France. It's just such a fun environment to learn about each other.
Esports has changed so much over the last few years. The growth of the women's game is incredible, and that's what I'd like to see. There should be teams, there should be different leagues around the world, and finally, it's happening.
So all these really big tournaments, I guess so many opportunities to females in particular, and it's just so much exposure for all the females and girls and stuff, and it's growing so fast thanks to that, and it's just creating so many opportunities for a lot of people, and it's just really nice to see.
So what are the challenges that you've come up in the female gaming world?
Yeah, there's definitely been challenges. I think that for the most part, when people look at female players, they usually think, they're worse compared to the male athletes. They think that maybe our scene is kind of given to us. But in reality, I think every year there's more and more tournaments. Every year there's more players. And I think every single bad thing that you could say about the female scene, it's turning into a positive. So it's kind of motivating that when someone does say something and you're kind of destroying them in the game, it's kind of funny, right?
That's really when you know that you're winning.
Yeah, exactly.
I think one of the things that I was most impressed about with Guild is the fact that we had this support system, because I think these opportunities are so important, and to have this support system is a huge thing.
One thing that I love about Guild and predominantly all the resources that we get is that we're treated as professional players. It has nothing to do with our gender. We're just professional players. So we have the same resources, and I love that.
I always tell my kids when they're playing sports, listen to your coaches.
Yeah.
Learn from your coaches. How important has that been to have that support system behind you?
I think it's very important actually, and it's been helping us a lot as well, because it's always nice to have an extra mind with us that gives us ideas and helps us really grow as players.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think a coach, apart from the player's motivation and drive to be the best, I think a coach really helps redefine all those little details. And I think our coach really, this last tournament, every single game he would prep us mentally. So he would talk about what to expect, how do we react to situations. And I think a good coach makes the difference. We finished second this last tournament, and I think a lot of it is because of him, because we had this 6th person showing us, these little details that we're missing out on.
I mean, it's important to have that, right? Because if you want to play and compete at the highest level, then all of those small details are so important. I have a daughter, so she's 10 years old. What would be your advice to her and to me if she said, "Daddy, I want to be a gamer"?
I would say just believe in yourself, be there, motivate yourself, work hard, because anything can happen. This isn't a physical sport. It doesn't matter if you're a female player, male player. The fact that you have the passion will get you far in this game.
Listen to yourself and not listen to anyone else that's like possibly saying anything negative about it, or especially online. Just like really ignore it, focus on yourself, and then I think she's really gonna make it.
We are lucky to have you on this team. We are lucky that we have two people that are as passionate as you, because when you talk about it, you can feel and see how passionate you are, and hearing the story, hearing where it comes from, you know, I think that's such an important part of this, so thank you.